Welcome to the Florida Keys, the setting for one of the most diverse and unique ecosystems in the world, full of rich history, quirky locals, and a treasured legacy for preserving these over 800 one-of-a-kind islands.
I'm Christina Wilson, a local fisheries and wildlife biologist, and today, your island hopping guide down one of the world's most scenic roadways, the Overseas Highway. So buckle up, because I'm taking this show on the road.
This almost 200-mile-long island chain crosses 43 bridges connecting 38 islands to the mainland. So for this trip, I rented a doors-off, salt breeze flowing through my hair kind of ride. The list of options traveling to and from these islands is almost as long as the island chain itself, whether that be by jeep, bike, motorcycle, boat, helicopter, or seaplane. Whichever way you choose to travel these islands, it's hard to miss how the Florida Keys ecosystem has been shaped and driven by its aquamarine waters. Within those shallow and tropical waters is a national treasure worth more than all the gold, silver, and diamonds. It's the coral reef communities. The Florida Keys Reef is the only living coral barrier reef in the continental United States and the third largest coral barrier reef system in the world. This rich habitat provides shelter, food, and breeding sites for thousands of marine plants and animals. And the best way to experience the reef is by doing one of my favorite underwater activities, scuba diving. So for my first stop on this island hopping road trip is at Horizon Divers for a scuba diving trip in Key Largo.
Good job.
Scuba diving at first can be a little intimidating, at least I know it was for me. But luckily in the Florida Keys, you can dive shallower reef systems with depths ranging from 5 to 25 feet, offering longer time to explore sunken ships, diverse marine wildlife, and famous statues like the Christ of the Deep. Over 6,000 patch reefs contribute to support over 500 fish species.
We're 7 miles offshore right now in Elbow Reef, and there were at least 3 shipwrecks we saw, so super stoked. Saw so many cool fish, and check out these aquamarine waters. Wow, man. How amazing is this?
Now that we've spent a considerable amount of time underwater, there's still plenty of wildlife and unique places to see right here on land. This road trip wouldn't be complete without a few quick stops at some of my favorite roadside pull-offs to take in some stunning views, live music, and refreshing beverages. To take in these stunning views in style, I've rented a sweet beach cruiser to take me across the iconic landmark known as the Old 7 Mile Bridge. The Old 7 Mile Bridge stretches between Marathon and Pigeon Key and is a retired portion of the old railroad that now runs parallel to the modern-day 7 Mile Bridge. Now transformed into a fishing pier and recreational area popular with both locals and visitors alike. You can walk, run, bike, and skateboard across the iconic landmark. As a wildlife biologist, I can guarantee that this is one of the best locations to spot sea turtles, dolphins, and giant rays. Not to mention the billions of birds that migrate through the Keys each year, making this a birder's paradise. Alright, time to hop back in the Jeep and head to Big Pine in the Lower Keys for a hike at the National Key Deer Refuge and of course drive across the iconic 7 Mile Bridge. I've made it to Big Pine in the Lower Keys at the National Key Deer Refuge, where I'll be taking a nature walk through Watson's Trail. This is the only place in the Florida Keys where you will find pine rocklands, where the pine trees rule the canopy and the understory is made up of wildflowers, shrubs, and tropical palms.
The National Key Deer Refuge is home to more than 20 endangered and threatened plant and animal species. The most popular among those is the smallest subspecies of white-tailed deer, the key deer. Found nowhere else in the world, the key deer was once brought to the brink of extinction, with only a dozen individuals remaining. However, since the establishment of the park in 1957, protections were put into place and key deer numbers jumped right back up. All right, now let's hop down the trail to one of the most unique features here in the park, the Blue Hole. I just made it to the Blue Hole here in Big Pine, and right behind me is one of our native key deer. Hi there, how are you? This body of water is known as a freshwater lens, where freshwater floats on top of saltwater, allowing for unlikely creatures to swim side by side.
Well, that's it for this look at the Florida Keys. I hope my road trip allowed you to see the incredible natural landscapes and wildlife that are a big part of my life and what makes traveling here so very special.